fucking logic. So that's why I told him at that point, like I told him, if you're trying to educate me, you can take that shit somewhere else. And I told him that there is zero logic in what they did. End of story. That's the fact. And it's because, and all of this came about because I said that they should definitely be held liable for what they did. And I said, to me, it's no different than murder. And he wanted to turn around and get all politically correct and say, well, there has to be intent. They had to have deliberately murdered somebody. And since they didn't deliberately do it, it's just manslaughter. I'm agreeing with you, but if you're going to say I'm agreeing with you, but you don't agree.
True.
That's the fact of the matter. You did not need to correct me to begin with when I said to me it's no different than murder. I was saying to me it's no different than murder. I'm not saying what they did is murder. I look at it as murder. The same way as how when somebody turns around, runs somebody over on the road because of their stupidity and lack of preparedness and lack to do the right fucking thing, that is murder. But to them, technically, that's manslaughter. That is not manslaughter. You willingly, you did not prepare for something and then you ended up killing somebody in the process. It's murder. Do you think that people that turn around and kill their, husbands, like that's called murder?
Yeah.
But some of them are defending themselves. They don't get manslaughter, do they? No, they get murder. What is the fucking difference in this? What they did to people. They caused deaths. And then someone else commented on it earlier, like, it gets me so, like, worked up because somebody else commented, and they're like, oh, well, we need to blame the government. It's not the government's fault only. They are all to blame, yes, but it is not just the fucking government officials. They don't control the electricity company. The government didn't tell them to shut it off. The electricity company, ERCOT, they told them to shut it off. They told them how much power to conserve, and we don't care how you do it, but do it. That's pretty much what they told them. Not a single one of those fuckers live here in Texas. Not a single one of those fuckers in ERCOT were affected by this. That's the facts. They did not care what they did to people when they left them out of electricity and people got killed. They got killed. End of story. I'm just like, ooh, like you people just want to like come up with reasons why it can't be the electricity's fault. Oh, well, the power grid was failing, blah, blah, blah. What did they do to prevent that? And then when you turn around and you make a point about that, then it's like, oh, well, it was the reason why it stayed out is because the equipment failed. The equipment wasn't failing when they turned it off, was it? How would they know what had actual equipment failures and what was actually them leaving the fucking electricity off? Because they wouldn't even talk to you to begin with. They had no
Yeah.
for days. They caused a lot of damage, they killed people, and they need to be held liable for it. That boy was about 11 years old, regardless of what his age was. He was a boy. He should not have died. And people are saying, oh, well, it was his parents' fault for staying at their home. You pay your fucking electricity to have electricity during times like that. And to turn around and sit there, oh, it's their fault?
Damn.
Like, people are fucking disgusting, man. That boy does not get to grow up. Like, he will never get to become what he wants to become. He will never get to do what he dreamed of doing when he grew up. He will never get to do any of that. He doesn't get to grow up, find somebody who loves him, have kids, get married, have his dream job. He doesn't get to do anything because he's dead. And he's dead because of their lack of initiative to prepare for this. And anybody else that died was because of their lack of initiative to prepare for this. Not the people, the electric company. They have had 10 years to prepare.
Yeah.
They knew that they needed to prepare for this shit 10 years ago, and they still haven't done anything to go and make sure that they were prepared. It falls on them. And people can sit around and say, oh, it wasn't their fault all they want. Fact of the matter is, you're full of shit. They're filling you full of shit. And if you want to go ahead and stay ignorant and full of their shit, go ahead. But I'm not going to waste my time on you. However, when you turn around and sit there and tell me that I'm an idiot because of what I believe, fuck you. Oh, I'm trying to educate you? You ain't trying to educate me. You're trying to say, I'm right, you're wrong, end of story. No, bitch. No. If you're trying to educate me, get the fuck off of here. You ain't gonna educate me on your stupidity. I'm just like, I don't care what their reason was. It stemmed from them turning the lights off on people. If equipment failed, it failed because of that. If equipment failed, it failed because they turned stuff off and tried to turn it back on. And I bet you anything. The thing is, when you turn off electricity and then you turn it back on, all that power's got to go somewhere. And when it comes back, you're overriding shit, right? What do you think is going to happen when you override the system? Pew! No more system. Anything that happened was 100% their fault. And a lot of people on there, like, judging people and, like, sitting there, like spitting the bullshit that the electric companies keep saying. They don't even live here. They weren't affected by it. What the fuck do they know? You know?
Yeah.
Like that guy, he don't even live in Texas. And he's over here trying to tell me. He don't even live here.
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Must be easy to listen to electric companies' retarded ass logic when you weren't the one affected. If you weren't affected, you stay the fuck out of it because you don't understand.
You gonna wanna wait for Adrian, or you wanna just start it?
We'll probably wait for Adrian.
Alright.
Let me message.
That gives me time to eat my tacos.
Right.
I mean Taco Bell.
I'm eating Chick-fil-A.
Ooh, good. I like that. That's what.
You like Chick-fil-A too?
Yeah, that's what we normally eat when we used to hang out at the mall, me and my sister.
Yeah.
We ate there first before we went to the mall.
Nice.
From there we went across to the mall and shit.
Did you fart?
No. I wanted to, you would hurt.
I'm gonna fart on the microphone.
Oh yeah, I just finished downloading Fortnite.
Nice.
I did that last night.
Probably get to play it tomorrow then.
I did that last night.
Right.
Remember, I have to create an account.
Oh yeah.
But Adrian hasn't downloaded it, I don't think.
I think he has Fortnite already. We were just waiting for you to download it.
Then I should just wait it.
You don't like it?
I played it before, but then I didn't like it.
Gotcha.
So I took it off, and since you kept asking to download it, so...
Yeah, it's because he's wanting to change things up. Instead of always streaming the same things. This whole winter weather really like threw off all the streaming for us. Yeah, what the guy said is, I'm done, believe what you want, you're a waste of my energy trying to educate you. Yep. And I said, I don't need your education if that's what you were trying to do, take that crap somewhere else. The fact is, there's zero logic in it, so bye. Because what I asked him is, what was logical about turning electricity out on people for days during a winter storm that brought below freezing temperatures that you shouldn't be out in? Also, COVID-19, aren't we supposed to be staying home? How can you quarantine at home if you have no electricity? There was zero logic in what they did. And that's when he said, I'm done. Believe what you want. Blah, blah, blah. You're a waste of my energy. I'm like... Well, I'm glad that I wasted some of your energy, but at the same time, you kind of wasted your own damn energy because you're an idiot. Boom. Take your idiot pants and go somewhere else with that shit. Stay the fuck out of Texas while you're at it, right?
Yep.
I bet he voted for Biden.
Well, who the hell did you vote for?
Trump?
Seriously?
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
Trump is an asshole. Trump says a lot of dumb shit. Biden, his first day in office, he put thousands of people out of jobs. Biden blamed all of COVID-19 on Trump. The reason why so many people are dead is because of Trump.
Yeah, because Trump
He's had
didn't
millions
use
of
his
people
mask.
dying on his watch. When he came into office, Trump had already had vaccines ready to go. Biden tried to say that when he came into office, there was no vaccines. Biden hasn't done shit to move forward. He also said, here's the other things, he said that if we get the Senate, the House, if you guys help us get the seats that we need, we will be sending the COVID-19 relief payments out on day one when we get in. And now they may not be sending $1,400. It's probably going to be $1,000 now, if they send it. He lied. He lied his way in. But you know what? He also told some truth. Because at one point, he said that he was going to get rid of fracking and all that stuff, and then he turned around, walked back on it, and said, well, no, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to slowly pull us away from it. His first day in office, that's what he did. He got rid of fracking, which is what put thousands of people out of jobs. That's the reason why I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him because I didn't like his policies and he wasn't being honest. Trump was being honest about what he was going to do. I don't blame Trump for COVID-19 because he did the best he could with what he had. It doesn't help when you have a House and a Senate and you have fucking people that don't want to listen to you. The problem was he had too many people that were not listening. And they didn't care because they didn't like him. And that was the problem. They can't just sit there and blame Trump like, oh, Trump's the reason why COVID-19 got so bad. No, because Trump is the reason why people didn't turn around and lose their unemployments. Trump is the reason people didn't get evicted. Because the House and the Senate couldn't come to agreement to extend unemployment for people that were put out of jobs because of COVID-19. They couldn't come to an agreement to extend things for stimulus bills and all that shit so that people wouldn't lose their houses. So Trump had to step in and do what he could do. He can't make decisions as far as the stimulus check goes. Only the House and Senate can do that. The president cannot make that decision. But everyone wants to blame him for why stimulus checks didn't come out, but he handled it the best he could, and he got the shit end of the stick. And they're over here trying to say that he insurrected the riot at the Capitol. That was the peacefulest riot that I have seen, if that was a riot. Black Lives Matters people were burning towns, were burning cities, were burning churches, were burning buildings, were burning people's businesses and homes to the fucking ground. And the Democrats said, well, who said that protesting has to be, who said protesting had to be peaceful? They turned around and they're trying to say that the people beat to death a police officer. That police officer that died, they're trying to say that the people beat him to death. You want to know what the fact of the matter is? The guy didn't die that day at the Capitol. He had health issues and he died from natural cause the next day. But they put his death in with the Capitol riot because it helps their whole point of, oh, it was a riot. They shot somebody and people died. How many people died during Black Lives Matter protests? A lot. They were his own agenda. He's lied. He lied his way in. And the main reason why he won is because there are so many people that hated Trump. And the other reason is because they didn't actually look into the fraud that happened.
Yeah.
And there was fraud. A lot of people came forward about the fraud. People voted multiple times and people that were dead had voted. You can't vote if you're dead. But people did. So yeah, no, I did not vote for Biden. I voted for Trump. Honestly, Biden, to me, he seems like the creepy old uncle or the creepy old grandpa. But at the same time, he wouldn't be so bad, but he lies. And Trump, he was brutally honest. You know? That's why, like I told Adrian before, I told him, Trump was an idiot. Trump was an asshole. He said a lot of dumb shit. But I would rather have somebody like that in office than somebody that lies to the people and silences the other side like Biden and Harris. I'm over here